You decide. You make a choice. This shit is hard. We all have that, y'all. I don't know y'all's story. I don't know the chat story, but you decide, shit, I'm going to get this. I got a second chance, whether it's prison, whether it's drugs, whether your mama was a single mother, all of that. We all got a story. And I decided, you know what? I want to do better. And when I get better, I'm going to pour into my husband. I'm going to pour into the community. I'm going to pour into my job. I don't always get it right. But in my marriage, when you say, how do you take that childhood trauma and you tell a person what you need? You got to say it. You cannot, as a grown ass man and as a grown ass woman, you can't keep relying on what happened to you. That's how you get left. You got to say,
You're saying
you
exactly what
touch
I'm
me.
saying.
This is what I like. Let me hug you. I'm going to come sit by you. So you know what? Today was a bad day for me. This is what I need today. And I know that sounds corny and cornballish to a lot of you that are maybe not have been trained or accustomed. You got to fight for what you want before you get it. Before you get it. So you start implementing that shit while dating. You don't wait till you get married to do a trial and error and get divorced. You start implementing. You start rocking and rolling. You get what I'm saying? And roughing it out. And if you cannot get to a common place after 6-9 months, you let it go because you say, you know, maybe that's not my person.
So
That's
Sheba,
all I got.
let me ask you a question.
Hold on, let go. We gotta get the other people involved first because I know they
Okay.
idle. So let's get the people to speak on it who haven't spoken already.
I would like to shed light at what Sheba was kind of like adding. Like, do y'all think majority of what's happening in the world too is a lot of people get out of character because they don't know what to do when things are going good? You know, like some people can get out of character because you're happy, you're at peace, and how much you got it all together. And what it does is reflects back to you. And a lot of people think, oh, this person can see the real me. I don't deserve what this person is. And a lot of times people shut down because they don't think they're good enough for what's coming to their life. You know,
They
do we shed light on that?
self-sabotage.
Yeah, on how, but I think it's very, very prevalent, like to the point people get to where it's too good to be true. You're around a circumstance where it's so good, it's too good to be true. It's so good to be true that you sabotage that in yourself because you don't think you're deserving of it. And I think a lot of that is happening in society today, where a lot of people can't function when things are going good, and they keep turning good things to bad things, so it doesn't shed light on to where they have to, you know, do development because of that reason. But I don't know if we shed light on the fact of how many people cannot you know, feel secure in when things are good, and they get out of character when things are good.
Absolutely, because so many people are so used to toxicity. Can you hear me now? Are we good?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah.
And,
So many
and
people are
first, real thing before you go. I'm sorry, excuse me.
No,
What
go ahead.
Steve was saying to add to it, they don't know even how to communicate it. They don't know how to talk about it, and if they talk about it, they feel like the truth will be used against them, and they're too vulnerable to do it. And if they share it with the wrong person, it just may not mean nothing to them. They're too afraid to even communicate it to what Sheba was saying. That's all I wanted to add. Thank you, Curves.
No, you're good. No, I was just saying so many people are so used to toxicity when they see normal things, when they're being loved properly, when somebody actually cares about their feelings and are there for them. It's like foreign to them. They're like, what the hell? Like, and they just naturally do things to fuck it up. And I mean, I've done it before. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll just be honest. I'll put my shit out there. I've done it before. I've been toxic, and I'm like, this can't be real. And I just end up doing or saying some wild shit to destroy something.
Exactly.
And it's just because I wasn't used to something, or you know, I'm
Right.
used to someone maybe not catering or caring about my feelings outside of my own father. So it's like, if you're doing it's like, nah, this can't be real. So
You must be up to something.
and you start looking at them funny, but it's just you and your own trauma you ain't dealt
Yeah.
with. So that's why I always say, make sure you heal from your own shit, and you take that time to go through and you write, journal, talk about all the shit, anything you don't want to put out there, write it down on paper, your nastiest, darkest secrets, and deal with that shit. It's a dark place, but everybody needs to do it.
Because a lot of times you get to the point where you are so triggered where you don't even know what the feeling actually is.
There you go, Mr. Let go. Go ahead, Bruizzr. Lucky.
So I had a question for Anton because he had stated something, but it kind of got too far. So here's my question: all the things you say you can learn from a woman, and being able to activate a response to a specific behavior without verbalizing. isn't it safe to say that after having this connection exclusively with one person and going to the next person can actually substantiate why trauma bonding is very challenging, and in turn justify when one may say that a woman's body count actually matters, can be used as an actual justified argument?
I think it can be used as a justified argument. I think you're absolutely right.
Okay, I was just making sure because, you know, I got my
I
notes.
agree with you 100%. 1000% I do.
All right, shout out to Bruizzr for taking notes.
Yep.
You want to add anything else, Bruizzr? Okay. Go ahead, Lucky.
I like everybody's answer. Y'all getting all deep off a relationship, but I just not like that, but just what I'm all taking from it, because you know I'm the learning person here. What I'm taking from it, it seems like the average person is gonna be dating somebody with trauma. And if we're gonna stay on this subject, and he brought up love bombing, I think it would be for the men as to why do you think the average man has to rush relationships? Because I hear the 6 months to a year thing, right? That men say he should know within 6 months to a year. But there's also the part of trauma is when he knows, that doesn't mean that he's necessarily ready. So then you have the trauma effect where, do I actually want to marry her? And you have women who are in long-term relationships with men who aren't marrying them. So do you guys have anything to add as far as from a male perspective, why you either rush it so fast or why you take so long to actually commit to something when you're pretty much using a woman's youth and everything else? That's what it seems like from a woman's standpoint. You're using her youth up, and there's manipulation going on just so you can get what you want. So can men kind of speak from that perspective as a part of that trauma, where that comes from?
Trauma. I don't see any trauma in rushing, and I don't look at it as rushing. Me personally, I can't speak for all men, but if I'm hasty or if I'm moving with purpose, I mean, I know what I want, and whatever I feel like I learned, I'm able to conquer it. So once if it's a woman I want, I know within myself, if I learn her, I'm able to conquer her, and not in a negative way to where I'm gonna manipulate her or anything. It's just she's impressionable. She's, you know, somebody I want. And that's what I'm gonna go for. It's not gonna take me a 6 months to a year unless I gotta get established so I can be able to take care of family. But I wouldn't be pursuing her in a way if I wasn't already on my purpose.
Bruizzr, do you feel like most men are moving with purpose? Do you think that some men might meet a woman who they're like, I could see something with her, but maybe they might not feel like they're financially ready for that? Or
No, it's not that. It's just
No?
most of these men, the reason why they moving like that is because they realize once the world get a hold of these girls, it's just no turning back. So you got to hurry up and wife these girls before society turn them into sluts.